Hello, hello, everybody who's tuning in. This is officially this is officially my first interview on my own, and I have the pleasure of having one of my good friends with me. Her name is Anita, and we're going to be talking about her inspiration to transform her life. Anita's been through some things, and she can tell you, you know, some parts of her journey. I'm going to get her to talk about all that, and what inspired her to go ahead and make some changes that she needed. Um, there's a lot uh, to that inspiration. There's a lot to it. There's a lot that we can touch on, and hopefully what we're going to do is we're going to inspire somebody else, and so on and so forth. Okay, so I'm just going to bring Anita on here. I'll just get you to unmute yourself. And so,
Can you hear
Anita,
me?
I can
Yep.
hear you. Absolutely, I can hear you.
Okay.
So welcome to my very first show, my very first interview. I'm
And
glad.
hello, everyone.
Hello.
Uh, uh,
Okay, so I mean, if you want to start out, just tell me a little bit about yourself.
well, I am a little over middle age. Don't want to say exactly how much over.
Age is
Uh,
relative.
it is relative.
It's relative. Age is relative. Age doesn't. Yeah, age is a number.
Yeah. Okay. Well, over 50.
Oh,
I don't work anymore. I'm on a disability. And I guess what inspired me was when you were living in Ontario and I was seeing all your posts about spirituality and taking these journeys and healing and all that stuff always fascinated me. And when uh, when I'd see these posts and I'd reach out to you and say, "Well, what's this?" and you'd explain it to me, and I'm like, "Wow, I really want to get into that stuff because I want to start feeling better about myself." So that's what started the journey. So then, you know, I have crippling, I guess, I've got fibromyalgia. I have Sjogren's, arthritis, degenerative disc. I have all these good things that don't make you walk very well. And it's painful. So I guess with all that, I wanted to be able to make myself, I wanted to get over all that, get over all the pain and start healing from the inside out. And that's when I came across the Trinot product. Can I go there?
well, yeah, yeah. I can. What I can do is I can post links for your website and for all your products down below, and people can follow it there. But we'll just go on with. I mean, yeah, it's a product that you've discovered,
Yeah.
and so
Well,
I'll.
that's why I'm where I am right now. But
Mhm,
it did start with all the meditation. Remember, you used to send me
mhm.
these links to meditation over Facebook,
Well,
and
nudge,
I
nudge here and there.
and I did do them, and they actually helped. I'd fall asleep with my phone on.
Hmm.
So I think that's where I started to begin to really realize that I'm sick of living in this body the way it is, which you then prompted me to go to supplements that natural. It's all natural stuff that I take. I don't take, well, I should say I don't take pills, but doctor prescribed. But I'm planning on getting off that.
Hmm.
And Linda and I are planning on putting a garden in too. So
I'm very excited about that.
yeah, so we're going to grow vegetables. I'm very, very excited about that because it's been probably about 5 years since I had a garden here. So I want to go all healthy from the
Yeah.
inside out.
And
So
and when you had that first, can you go back in time and and think that that wow moment? Did you have that wow moment thinking, wow, this is what I need to change in my life to get to here?
Yeah, I guess so. Because when I quit work, that's when things became tough for me. Just laying around the house, I put on lots of weight. I was doing nothing, but just kind of just sitting here, feeling sorry for myself, and watching TV, filling my face on painkillers, and that was my life. And I wanted more than that. I
Yeah.
wanted to do something.
Now, did you find that you were covering up for more of emotional pain or physical pain?
I would say probably emotional to start
Yeah.
with, because they say that fibromyalgia, any autoimmune disease, um, starts because because of all the problems, the issues you have within.
Hmm.
So I believe that, because anyone
Yes,
I know, it's mostly women that get fibromyalgia because we have a lot of stress.
we do carry a lot.
Yeah,
We carry so much.
yeah.
Yeah, and so with the new physical health, are you finding that your emotional health is starting to follow?
Oh, yes. Absolutely. Yeah. I'm starting to feel better about myself, and I'm not wanting to reach for those comfort foods like I used to. So it's still early on in my physical pain. So I if I can stay away from the junk food, the comfort foods, what I think make me feel better, which they don't because I feel like crap after I eat them. If I can stay away from them, I can lose weight. So,
Hmm.
so it's a win-win all the way around.
Mm, absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
I can tell you right now that, well, I'm looking at something that I know is not healthy for me, and it's sitting up on that shelf right there. And I'm trying so hard not to
Food.
go, shh. But I think it all depends on, I mean, you can have those, like a bag of chips, or, you can have an O. Henry bar, you can have that. But I believe it depends on your approach to it.
Mm,
If you're just doing it um, because you're covering up for an emotional stress or something. You think, I have to reward myself or make myself. It's a dopamine hit, I just need to feel good about something, and food never lets you down
yeah.
until food says, you know what, we're done with the dopamine, and now you have to pay the piper, basically.
Yeah.
But if you it depends on your approach. Everything in moderation, obviously. I don't suggest, sitting and eating a bag of chips. I don't.
Maybe a
I've been,
small bag, but not the
yeah, yeah.
family
I mean,
size.
like just treat yourself, and don't have it as a like a as a as a substitute. Basically, that's
Right.
kind of the approach that I'm thinking of. I don't know what your thoughts are on that, but um,
Yeah.
but are you finding that you're able to limit yourself now?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, well, John's my husband has actually noticed, because usually he'll bring, if I want chips, I'll ask him, go down the store and get a bag of chips. And it's not a small bag, it's a family size bag. And usually I would say, get your own bag because I'm not sharing. I want them all.
Yes. Yes. Hmm.
But the last probably month now that he has gotten me chips, I always say, come in, get the crumbs. But this time now, when he comes in, he goes, oh my God, there's like half a bag left there. I'm not eating as much of them.
Hmm.
So, it actually is working. I'm feeling
Hmm.
better about myself, and I don't want the chips as much.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
and the well, actually, when I first started coming to this area, when I went to visit you, um, I couldn't I couldn't get over the amount of physical pain that I could see coming out of you. You couldn't even
Oh,
get off the couch.
well, not without complaining,
No, there was
you
there
know.
was a few
Oh,
choice there was a few choice words and
yeah.
funny groans and creaks and whatever. But
Oh,
but the when you started your health, like your dietary journey, what was the first thing I said to you when I went to visit?
You said, "Oh my Lord," like you got up and you didn't say anything.
You
You
never
didn't
said it.
moan.
You didn't work. No
Yeah.
complaining. You sat in a chair that is, I'll tell you, that chair is very uncomfortable, and you sat in it with no problem. And that's why I don't sit in it because it's really uncomfortable. But but see, that's what I noticed anyway. And
Yeah.
so I mean, it's a great journey that you're on, and I can see a huge change. And yeah,
Well, thank
I'm
you.
very happy that you're doing this. I really am.
Thank you.
So, oh, no problem. I mean, I don't want to do this garden by myself, so I need you healthy.
I can bend over and do stuff now.
Oh, good. That's good. Okay, because I
And you
drop a
won't hear me going, "Oh God." Oh, ooh.
yeah, and and you know, once you get in and get your fingers in that good clean dirt and just working with the energy, it's going to inspire you to keep going and keep going.
Oh yeah.
Digging in the dirt and the smell, that loamy smell. My mouth waters every time I get close to that smell of that good clean dirt. I love it so much.
Well, it takes me back to when I smell dirt like that. It takes me back and plants to childhood, to a happier time.
Good.
Where you had no worries. You still had your parents. You know,
Yeah.
uh, Everybody was still alive that you cared about,
Yeah.
and
People
yeah,
that supported you and you supported them in one way or the
yeah,
other. And yeah, I mean, it's your muscle memory kicks in. and
yeah,
and it's amazing what one tiny little epiphany can do, right?
yeah.
Little tiny, wow, you know what, I think I'm ready to make this change. And it just, you're, I don't know, if you have, you found that there's a lot of um I'm not going to say you're leaving people behind, but people that are not good for you are sort of being, not being pushed out of your picture, but just kind of pushed aside. Are you finding
Yeah,
that?
yeah, I'd probably say that. I mean that, yeah, because I've gotten to be kind of a hermit, like since the COVID started, and since I've been off and with all the pain and everything like that. And
Mhm.
now I find that I'm slowly starting to get out there again. Like you moved back home, hanging out with you, and like these things are all new to me again. And visiting people, going to my sisters, and I mean, how can you go wrong with your sisters? You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So I have been, it's been good for me because I've been getting out of the house.
Mhm.
So when you got a good mind, when you feel good in your mind and your body starts to feel better, then you start going out.
Mhm.
So it all falls into place.
Yes. And I will, and I don't know if you remember that I had to trick you into leaving the house. I don't know if you remember. I'm sure you do. I had to trick you
Yes.
into it, and that was before you started your health journey.
Yeah.
And we stopped at the store, in like, we stopped at a store, and I went in, and there was your two aunts, and I
Yes.
said, Anita's out in the car, and they both said, how did you get her out of the house? And I said, well, I kind of had to lie to her. Yeah, yeah,
So that's what you did.
that's what I did. Yeah,
Okay. Was that
but
the day we went up to see your mom?
yeah, yes,
Okay. Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, a tiny little, hey, can you come with me to do this, turned into a whole day of, I'm not taking you home. But
You devil.
I knew that you would appreciate, being outside more. But even they were shocked that you were outside. So for you to go and start visiting people again, I mean, that says a lot. It really does. And I'm sure everybody else is noticing this too. So um, the more you're regaining your health and your vigor and your youth, basically, the more people are going to start coming back into your life that you value.
And you know what? I believe that this pandemic has caused a lot of shut ins, have
Yes.
caused a lot of
Yeah.
people to recede back into themselves.
Hmm.
So it's going to take some time, I think, for a lot of people to come out of their shell again.
Yes.
I know it
Yeah.
did me.
There is a
So,
lot of healing that needs to be done. A lot.
yeah.
I can't even count how many people I've seen that absolutely need to be on that path of healing, and it's going to happen. It's
Yeah.
definitely going to happen, and the more people, and because you're on my very first my very first show, I'm going to call it a show. This is a um, faith inspired transformation show. I know it's a long word, but that's the name of my channel. But the more people that come on here and tell their stories, their experience, talk about their experiences about um, having that faith, the faith in themselves to
Yeah.
transform and to move forward and to heal, the more the more people are going to get on board with their own healing. And I thank you for being part of that getting that ball rolling with me.
Oh, no
I
problem.
appreciate that. Yeah. I mean, it's good for you too, because, well, now you can get up and move around and you don't have to worry about, your knees giving out and saying some inappropriate language every time you want to sit down and
And if
tell,
this had been probably 2 months ago, you wouldn't have got me on this computer doing this because I
no,
wouldn't have gotten out of my own way,
no,
let alone got on
exactly.
the computer.
Yes,
So,
exactly. So anyway, um, thank you. I appreciate you coming on, and like I said, I'm gonna put all your information in the description below. And
okay.
so I'll link your website or your email, your Facebook group or your page. I'll link all that stuff up for you. Pardon me, the dogs are just going. Can you hear the dogs?
I
They're
can hear
Yeah, you can hear them. Somebody must be pulling in the
Jed.
driveway. Yes. Yeah, there's somebody must be here. Anyway, so I'm gonna link up everything for you in the description
Okay.
below, and thank you so much for coming on. Thank you
Well,
for doing
thank
this
you,
with me.
Linda. And you were the one that inspired me to start the journey.
Thank
So,
you, thank you for that.
namaste.
Namaste. Okay, and so it is, and so it is.
Yeah.
Okay, have a great
Okay.
have a great afternoon, everybody.